Hey guys, here's Louie. So today is going to be the day that I throw the final primer on the car. I'll be spraying the final primer on the car, also on these interior parts. The instrument cluster, glove box hinge, steering column cover, glove box door, and the grab bar, which deluxe cars came with it. This is going to be a standard interior, but I think the grab bar is a cool option to have on the car. So I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning. It's going 5 minutes to 4 p.m. straight, working non-straight on the car, getting it final sanded with 220 on the whole car, including the dashboard. So I could sand down the car. The holes for the grab bar was not there. I made them and they came out nice. I already tried it on the car. It's beautiful. So this is the final step I have to take before this car gets painted. Now, with that being said, today I'll prime the car and I'm planning tomorrow to scuff the dashboard, the rear package tray, and apply the red. Here I have the steering wheel, steering column, package tray corners, steering wheel center cap for 68 Firebird. And here's what I'm using, okay? And it's a HVLP priming gun. The tip is 1.8. So it has the big tip for I could apply the high build primer. You also want to use a filter. I have the cheap Harbor Freight one because this is the primer. I have a better one for the color. Also, the regulator at the gun to adjust your airflow. This gun requires 30 psi to be sprayed with the primer. Also, the primer says 29, so me going 31 up, not bad. This is a 4-to-1 mix. Here's your hardener for the primer. 4-to-1. I'm going to be putting it right here at the 7. Then I go to the next 7. There goes my 4-to-1. And I will take my sweet time priming the car. This is the time you are going just to relax and focus on what you're doing. Here is a very important part for all the hard work you have put into your project, guys. So you want to pay attention to priming. Here is the car with the high build primer. So far, so good. I am really happy how everything is turning out. Here is my dashboard with the high build primer also. Okay, everything is looking nice. I'm really happy how she's coming out. Here are my interior parts. Glove box, the grab bar over there, steering column lower cover over here. The only reason I painted the outside, because this the outside you are going to be able to see. You won't be seeing the inside. Glove box door hinge and instrument cluster carrier. Okay. So I still need to do high build primer on the hood, on the two fenders, and on the two doors. That will be in a couple of days. My goal is, like I explained before, is the car. Over here, this part of the car, which you'll call it the body of the car, is because before I do my final sanding on the car, which is going to be with 600 grit, once I finish sanding it with 600 grit, I should say, I'm going to be painting the door jambs white because the car is going to be a white car. So I will be painting the door jambs white. And I will paint the cow shoulder here white. From factory, your cow shoulder will match the color of the car. All right. I will paint over here. All right. The framing of the car. And I'll stop there for now until I could get the fenders, the doors together. Then when I finish my high build primer on the doors, I will paint on the doors, the outside and the bottom. Like that, I don't have to worry about it once I mount it on the car. Once I bolt it back on the car, or the fender, the both fenders at the door, to the two doors, I don't have to worry about opening, closing the door when I'm gonna paint the car, okay? I'm trying to avoid that. Then once the panels are back on the car, I will give it one full uniform paint job. Again, it will be white. The deck lid and the hood is going to be separate. I'll do that off the car separate once I'm done paint. In a couple of days, go down the line, let it dry, let it cure. Then I'll bolt it back on the car, and game over. The car is painted. From there on, it's going to be interior work, getting the carpet installed, getting the seats done. But before even that, I'm going to work on the headliner on this car. I did a really nice headliner. It's more like a modern days headliner on my 69 Firebird, and I am thinking of doing it to the 68. Jonathan saw it in my 69 when he came over last year. He liked how it came out, and he told me that if I am going to take that approach on this car, I should make a video exactly how I did it. And I totally agree. It's a good idea. So most likely it's gonna happen. So guys, the interior parts are here. My next move is scuff them up, paint them red. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a Rest Scotch Brite. And this is what I buy on Amazon, okay? It comes with the Scotch Brite pads, 5 each, 1 red, 5 red, and 5 gray. So the red is usually rated like a 320 grit sandpaper, and the gray is rated, I believe the gray is rated like a 600 grit, around there. Okay, these are interior parts, so I'm gonna just scuff them up and shoot them with red. The high build primer that I use went nice, okay? I wish I would have called Jonathan a little earlier. I shot the car about 3 times. So my first coat, it came out like a little powdery. And I felt the car very powdery, and I didn't really like it too much. Then I spoke to Jonathan. He told me, buddy, crank down the air compressor to 60 PSI, and at the gun, instead of having 30, like they told you to put the gun at in the manual, put it a little bit up. Try like 35 or 40. And I tried 40. And let me tell you something. I also changed the air compressors to 60. Boy, what a difference. I mean, wow. It laid down really smooth at that point. So I learned something new, and I always say when you learn something new is a good day. Okay. I am very confident. I am a very confident person when it comes to metal fabrication, metal work, welding, body work. When it comes to the painting, this will actually be the second car that I do a full paint job on. So I'm still a little green. I'm like everybody else. I'm learning. But believe me when I tell you, I feel way more confident now than when I did my 69. That was my first car I ever painted. And I only paint that car with like what, a 20 or 15 gallon compressor. And guys that have seen that car, I'm gonna tell you, she's not a show, it's not show quality, but they cannot believe that I was able to paint that whole car with a 20-gallon air compressor. I think she was 20 or 15, something like that, but she was very small. I was fighting air, and that day was like close to 90. It was in the high 80s, and I was having a very rough time. But guess what? I got it done. I didn't give up, and I just kept going. And that's, if you get to know me as an individual, as a person, as a friend, you're gonna get to know that Louis don't give up easy. I'm as tough as they come. The harder you kick me, the more it gives me a reason to get up and kick right back. And that's how I get it done. I'm just, you want to call it stubborn, you want to call it whatever you want to call it. That's how I am. I don't give up. I will never give up as long as God keeps giving me air in my lungs and a heartbeat. I'm going to keep on going. So let's get some rep paint on these interior parts and in the dashboard. Well, guys, I am happy to announce that I have crossed a big milestone here on bringing back the bird that came back from the dead. I was able to paint every interior part that's going in the car that's supposed to be red, because once again, this car will be red interior with the white exterior paint. The only thing I did not do, which I will do later on, will be the console. The console on the side needs to be red. That could happen later. But I did the most parts, the most hard parts to do when it comes to this. And boy, let me tell you something. What a journey. Okay, like I always tell you, this hobby is excellent. It's fun. I love it. I love it with my heart and soul. Since I was a kid, I love old cars. There was always something inside of me telling me that I have a connection with them. And my point is here is that if you are not willing to get your hands dirty, like I always say, and you're not willing to put your sweat into your project and work hard, you will never get it done. Because let me tell you something. All right, I've been doing maybe 2 hours, okay, and then some every day after work just to get to this point. So check this out. Here goes my steering column. Really nice and shiny paint. By the way, this is a single stage automobile paint, PPG product. Look at that steering wheel. Anybody else would have gotten a steering wheel like this in the condition that I bought this steering wheel, and they will probably have just thrown it away. So many people did in the past. She looked awesome. You guys don't have an idea how long I've been waiting to see the steering wheel restored and painted red. Here is the glove box door hinge. Here is my gauge cluster. She was black originally. Now she's red. The only thing I need to do on Firebird, they have like a silver ring here. Okay, silver ring to give it like a chrome or a trim, like stainless steel effect. And will I do it? Maybe. And if I don't, she still looks beautiful to me. This is the steering wheel lower cover. Also was black. I painted them red. This door was originally black. Here is an original 68 Firebird glove box door. She came out excellent. I mean, she looks beautiful. It's a lot of gloss in this paint. And here is your package tray corners. One. I have the other one here. Okay. And here is your grab bar. Like I said, not every car came with this. Mostly deluxe cars came with the grab bar. So there goes all my parts except the A-pillar cover that goes here and the console. And check this out. This was the dashboard that was all eaten up, okay? When I went to buy this car and my buddy saw the rot that was going behind the glass when it had the windshield, he literally grabbed my shirt and pulled me away from the car, begging me not to buy it. And I told them, no way, this birdie is coming home with me. And here she is. I mean, there is so much shine in this paint. I love it. I love the gloss. She looks beautiful. A lot of hard work here, but it's to show you guys that with hard work, it's doable. It's really doable. Here comes your package tray. And those are the corners over there here that I'm talking about that I show you guys over there. I'm really excited, guys. And as you can see, the car now has a high build grade primer. I still need to sand the door, the fender with 220. And then I will apply the high build primer on top of this primer that I used. And once I do that, I'll put everything together on the car and I'll paint the whole car. Excuse me. With the exception of the hood and the deck lid. Those I will do separate, and once they dry, I will bolt it to the car. But guys, yes, I could finally have some peace and quiet at the nighttime. And the Firebird, the little birdie that I've been seeing in my sleep for for many years now, could give me a break. That I finally got so much done on this bird. I hope you guys enjoy the videos. Later on, if you guys want to, I'm always an honest guy, and I want to explain that red oxidized primer that I use, and I want to explain also the high build primer that I use. What did I think about it? Is it good? Is it worth to buy it? So forth, so on. If you guys want a video, separate video on that, I will make one. Just leave it in the comments. Because my goal here at First Generation Garage is to try to make your project as budget friendly as possible. I don't have the $1 million either. I'm a regular guy that has a family, work a 9 to 5, and I work hard for these things. And I have to try to really watch my money and where do I put it at, okay? So I mean, it was an experience. I mean, I did buy, the paint is awesome. I mean, PPG paint, wow. I might stick with it forever because it really laid down nice. It didn't fight me. And by the way, the primer gun was good and the paint gun was good. I cleaned them all up. I'm ready to put them away. I have a mess at the bench. When you paint, it gets messy. But yeah, I want to explain to you guys that part if you guys are willing to see a video, watch a video of me doing it and explaining what do I feel. But yeah, I'm happy so far. So good here at First Generation Firebird. Next step is let's get the bird all in white feathers. Take care. God bless you all, and thank you for sharing. Thank you for your new subscribers, and thank for all you guys support out there. You guys are the one that make me keep coming to the garage and working hard. Good luck with your project. Bye bye.